Hey everybody, it's the Coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they match up with former MVP Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. With that, let's get up to Charlotte. Standing by, our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerged from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best, that team will win the game.
Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Panthers set to go. They, of course, have number 1 as their starting quarterback, Cam Newton. And he is number 1 in franchise history in just about every passing category. MVP back in 2015 as well, and trying to get the Panthers back into the playoffs after a 7-9 finish a year ago.
Here we go. We're set, ready? Big stop, G. Big stop, let's go. Again.
A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up. And someone jumped.
A bad false start penalty there. Now second and 6. Here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. 12 yards there and a first down.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. And the offensive starters for the Panthers.
And what a workhorse is Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the Carolina Panthers, who led his team in rushing and receiving yardage in 2018 and was also the team's leading scorer. How about this? Set an NFL record for catches for a running back with 107. So for an encore, he just wants to get his team back to the playoffs in 2019.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted. the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All day, dog.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on his first drive. Instead, 2nd down. The defense here for the Rams.
All right, partner, turn the house lights down. Turn the spotlight on bright. There he is, the best defender in the NFL today. A 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time first-team All-Pro. That's Aaron Donald, who led the NFL in sacks in 2018 with 20.5. He's also the reigning Defensive Player of the Year 2 years running. The only other players to win 2 consecutive, how about Lawrence Taylor and J.J. Watt? I'd say that's pretty good company.
Here's McCaffrey. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. To throw is Newton. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the 1st.
Even at the age of 30, Cam says it's just a number. Still a real threat running the football. We all know about the touchdowns, but ran for 488 yards last season. That was 4th among all NFL quarterbacks. He can still tote the mail.
Check, 59. Let him know.
This is McCaffrey. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Now the Auburn alum, Artis Payne. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
4th down, and here's Graham Gano now in the field goal unit for the Panthers. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. Even though they didn't find the end zone, they have to be pretty pleased with how they moved the ball on the ground because we know that that was one of their big goals in this game.
And that really goes through the entire offense because when you're running the ball effectively, just about everyone's involved. It's not just the guy carrying the football. It's everyone blocking for him, both inside and on the perimeter.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Rams offense ready to go to work, and it's Jared Goff who leads them out. #1 overall pick back in 2016. If you look at it, his rise falls right in line with the arrival of Sean McVay as head coach. 2 years ago, 0-7 start as a rookie, but since then 24-7 in the regular season the last 2 years. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A play fake to Gurley. Now Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super Bowl, Johnny Hekker, on to punt for the Rams. Back deep, Jadon Mickens. On is the punter, Hekker, as he gets this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers offense here set to take center stage, and Cam Newton, the question is, will he be ready to come back from the injury last year? How healthy is he? And he's also now playing his first season in his 30s as a 30-year-old quarterback this year.
Will we say he's the doddering quarterback of the Carolina Panthers? I don't think we're ready for that yet. But you're right. That is the question. His shoulder, will it be healthy? Well, early in camp, he threw a deep ball. Go route to a receiver. Place went nuts because now everyone felt good. Oh, his shoulder is going to be okay. Because remember, they were 6-2 before he got hurt last year. Ended up missing the playoffs. And one additional bonus for them, they picked up Gerald McCoy, who was let go by Tampa Bay, their Pro Bowl defensive tackle. And he's playing like a man with something to prove. And he also gets 2 shots at Tampa Bay because they're in the same division.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run! Watch the run! Watch the run!
Now a run with McCaffrey. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays. From the gun, here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. JoJo Natson back deep for the Rams. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And we move to spotlighting Brandon Cooks. And you look at the numbers, not only has he not caught a pass, they haven't targeted him yet, and we're coming up toward halftime.
And you remember our meeting with the coach beforehand? What did he tell us about him? I write his number on my play sheet, and I circle it in bold type because I want to make sure he gets the ball and often.
180! Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Oh, you got deep?
From his goal line here, Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Right now, I'm just wondering where they turn on offense, Charles. I know we're not in the 4th quarter, but 2nd quarter haven't scored and struggling to move the ball.
I don't think they abandoned the run game totally, but maybe you change up your tempos. Maybe you go a little bit faster, try and catch them back on their heels a little bit to try and accomplish what you want to get done.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Right side complete. That's Woods. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10. They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Hey, they scared.
On 1st and 10, Newton. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Newton throwing again. And Olsen over the middle. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. This will be caught at about the 6. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Again, Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Chris Hogan, as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time remaining for likely one final play. You're on your side of the field, but, heck, maybe you throw one up 50-plus yards, see what happens.
Don't forget that taking the knee is the right play to make because you just get out of there, you regroup, you start over. But if you're going to take the shot, you do have a chance of either making the play happen or picking up a deep pass interference call. And remember, it's the NFL. You get yardage. It's not just a 15-yard play. You could have something big here. Let's see if they take the shot.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. 4 down.
The final shot before break here. Goff. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Goff. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards on the play. Cook's now in his second season with the Rams. He's had 4 straight years over 1,000 yards. He had 2 with the Saints, 1 with New England, and then he went over 1,000 again last year with the Rams. 80 catches, 1,204 yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Goff going to hand it to Gurley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Again they run with Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Coming to you, coming to you.
From the red zone now, Goff. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And the hole closes quickly here. He can find only to about the 4. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They come out here in the eye. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll run. This is Brown. And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
We want it. Come to my...
That's Samuel, caught left side. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Set. 180. All day. Switch.
On 2nd and 12, Newton over the middle, complete to Samuel. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a 4th quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So a challenge is upon us. I tell you, close game, fourth quarter. This is a huge decision.
Oh, no doubt about that, partner. A lot has to be riding on this call. And you know it is a tight one because it has to be indisputable visual evidence in order to change it. Now here's the big question. Do they actually have that evidence?
I'm about to find out. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch them close to the spot.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing again is gone. And that one's complete to Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver or tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Goff throwing again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The sack by one of the most consistent D linemen in the game, Gerald McCoy. Well, this has been a pretty sizable drive. They've had some success. Finally, the defensive coordinator found some success of his own.
I think he just simply said enough of that. Okay, they've moved the ball well. We need to force the issue from our end, and that's exactly what he did.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now gone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Gurley. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Carolina getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Newton to throw. Looking sideline, incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. McCaffrey following the penalty. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Rams' 27-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
Look at it. 58, right over there. Mike, 58, right there.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, 180. Here I come. Yeah.
They'll run with McCaffrey. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, watch the slant.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. McCaffrey. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Gano's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So Goff and the Rams down 13-10, a little over 20 seconds to go. They need at minimum 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Panthers are winners here as we say so long from Charlotte.